Now, if you come to the cycle, I advise you leave it like that. If you come to the font, by default, it comes with Tahoma. That is if you want to write in the user form, the font type. And then the font color. What color do you want what you write in the form to be appeared in? Good. Then you come to height. The height, where I said choose a reasonable height. Now, what I have chosen is 450, the height. Good. There's one thing I want us to take note here. There's one thing I want us to take note here. That is the special effect. If you want, let me run this form and then you see. So if I run the form, this is it. This is the user form. So this is where, this is what you've been seeing Excel programmers designing a beautiful form. If you go to the hospitals, if you go to most firms, yes, they have it. Then they will be populating. They will do it and they will click. It saves. That is what we'll be doing in the advanced Excel. Good. So that is the user form. If you run it, this is it. Good. So I am saying that the effect, the special effect, I want to change the special effect and then run it again, and you see what I am talking about. If I choose raised and I run it, I don't know whether you studied it carefully. You see that this is more or less like the form is protruding itself. I don't know how correct word to use. Yeah, it is raising like the form. Let me go back. Look at it critically. You see difference. Let me go back again to the normal one. Special effect. So I'll choose the
MTN number you are calling.
0. And when I run, there's no line here. There's no white line. No white line to be a border. The only thing you see is the bar or the title bar. If I choose the special effect, if I choose the raised and I run it, you see we have white line here. White line. White line. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you see we have white line here. This is just like adding a small border, and the blue part of the form will protrude, like it will come up as compared to the header, or where we have the white design. Looking very beautiful. Now, if I'm to choose another special effect where we have the sunken or the sun, if I choose it, you see that instead of coming up, it is now going in. And now this one is up. It has overlapped. The header is on top, and because the form has sunk. Good. So that is what I'm trying to say. So based on what you want or what you prefer, you can select it. But I mostly use it with the default one. Good. And then we have the startup position. When you launch the form, where do you want it to appear? By default, it is center owner. Center owner. If you use center screen and I launch it, it will be at the middle of your screen, your computer's screen. When I launch it, to be at the middle of your computer's screen. However, if I change it to startup position, if I change it to window default, then if I launch it, you see where it has positioned itself. This means that if I open any application on my computer, this is how it will show. That's the Windows default. Good. So if I choose the next one, which says that manual, Then, as we all know from the word manual, then I can be pushing it anywhere. Yeah, it means you want to determine where it should be. Yeah, so basically that is it. So with this one too, I will recommend that you use, I recommend that you use the center owner. Yes, use the center owner. Then we have the zoom to be 100%. The zoom to be 100%. So basically, that is what we'll be using here. As and when we start working with it, other things will come. Now, if you come to the border star, we have the border star single, and then we have this. So by use the default star. So this is it. Now, if you come to the toolbox, we have some controls over here. The first one that begins with the letter A, or that is iconed with the letter A, is called a label. A label is just used when you want to write something. So we are going to use the label. So I'm putting this label here, and I'm going to, the label, you can just, if you double click in the label, it may take you to the coding environment. So I would advise, however, if you are good with it, you can click and then write it, just like I have clicked and I can write in it. If you are not, just select it and then come to the caption. So if you come to the caption, then you select it here. Whatever you write will be shown there. Whatever you write will be shown there. So let me go to one of the things we wrote. So I'm saying that let me go and copy value is the best private university in Ghana. So let me copy that. So the best investing in Ghana is value. Let me copy that. So I've copied it. I want to paste it here. So I'll select it and then paste it. So now I've pasted it. It is showing. Just like we did the formatting, this one can also be formatted. So once it is selected, then you go to what I said earlier, the font type. I'm going to choose my favorite font, that is elephant. Yes, I'll choose my elephant, or this time I'll not choose elephant. Let me choose monotype cursiva. Then I'll choose 14 font size. Then 14 is even small. Let me choose 26. Yes, 26 is better. Then let me go to center or test alignment. So test alignment, this is it. I'm going to center it. So center alignment. So I'll center it. Now let me choose font color. So you go to 4 color. 4 color. So this is the 4 color. You go to 4 color, then you go to palette. I want yellow. If you have studied, you know I like blue and yellow. Yes, this is yellow, and it is showing. It is showing. Now, if I run it, you see it appearing beautifully. So you see, the best private university in Ghana is Valley View. So if you are designing anything with you need a caption, just like assuming I'm designing a submission form for Valley View, I can be doing this and then put the name there with the CRUD functions. Good. I can as well as put it in the middle how I want it to look like. Good. You can also change the color of this by going to the border color, then you choose any color. So you see you have changed the color. Let me increase the font size again. Let me increase the font size. It's not showing big. Let me use 48. Then let me, I think 48 is bigger. Now I can have it to be here. Let me try to center it nicely. So if I run it, it is going to display like this. That is user form with label. Now, another thing we can have that I use mostly to design most of my user form is frame. Frame. You can use a frame just like your door. You don't just punch your door or use your door without frame. There should be something that you face the door in it. So you have it here. Then I can just put my frame here. Let me put my frame just in line with this, just like this. Good. And then I want to go to the caption and you erase what is there so that the line will be straight. Then I'll choose a back color for the frame. Let me choose a, I don't know if this color is good. Yeah, you can choose your own beautiful color. Yes, let me choose this color. So when I run it, let me open it small. So when I run it, it's going to look like this. Good. So basically, you can have your fields, your text box, and everything in your frame, and your buttons on the form, just to make it look so beautiful. Good. That is the user form. Now, another thing I want us to look at. Another thing I want us to look at is a text box. It's a text box. Now, if you want to have a text box, you select the text box and you drop it here. The text box accepts input for submission. Yes. So you have the text box and you go for another label where you write what you want the user to enter. So if it's a name, then you go to the label, then you change the label captions to name. Name. So which means you're going to have it to be this. Now you can select the two. You see, you can see the label is bigger than the text. So select the two, and then go to the height. Then give it a same height. So we are using 28. I'm going to use 28. So now the heights are the same. Now let's format the label small to make it look better. So I'm going to font, then I'll choose 14. I'll choose bold. Then we have it to be this. You can as well as add border to the border color to the label. If you want to change the color, you can go here and then you select a color. But I normally don't like it this way. Yeah, so I always choose transparent. So you go to border star, then I'll choose the first one. So quickly, let me select it.